Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here with me tonight because we are going to tell you so much about Brevard Zoo. It is our first ever hybrid safari under the stars at Brevard Zoo. We want to welcome you guys in. I'm Mindy from Mindy & Company on Light Rock 99.3. And I know we've been through a tough year, but tonight we're going to come together to help Brevard Zoo. They're a not-for-profit organization, and they need your help tonight because this is the biggest fundraiser of the night. And you're going to be able to just bid on amazing auctions tonight right from the seat of your home. If you're on the couch, you're on the laptop, you're on your phone, you're able to bid. But first, come on over, Zach. I am loving this. And animal encounters tonight because we're going to learn about animal wellness, education, conservation, and that's where all the money's going to go to wonderful programs. And Zach, introduce yourself with, I'm not going to say her name because I'm going to let you do it.
Right. So my name is Zach, but what everybody really cares about is Jezebel here. Jez for short. She's a red-tailed hawk. Red-tailed hawks are found throughout North America, pretty much the entire continent of North America, all the way through Central America. Pretty spectacular species, really. I mean, if you can survive in that many different types of habitat, you have to be pretty tough, and Jez here is no exception. I mean, she's gone just as long as we have without coming out to a big party, and now all of a sudden we asked her to come out, see a whole bunch of people, and she's been a total rock star for us. Jez is about 19 years old. She actually just turned 19 last month, so I'm considering this as much her birthday party as anything else.
You know what I noticed about her? She looks perfect, like too perfect. She doesn't even look real, but she's gorgeous.
She absolutely is. So red-tailed hawks get that name because of that beautiful red tail, and Jez here, I mean, a little biased for sure, is a particularly good-looking individual. She's a fairly large red-tailed hawk for a Florida. Females are bigger than males. She's about 3 pounds, though, which is a big hawk. Most people don't realize how light hawks are, but 3 pounds may not sound like much, but for a red-tailed hawk, that's pretty big.
Now, I notice you have a pouch.
Yes, I do.
Can I ask what she eats? Because it looks a little weird, but I'm asking.
Yeah. So it may look a little gruesome, but red-tailed hawks, like all hawks, are carnivores. They need to eat meat to survive. So for her in the wild, that's going to be everything from squirrels and rabbits to mice and rats. And we use essentially the same things here at the zoo to make sure that she stays healthy. One of the most important parts of our job is making sure that all of our animals get the best possible nutrition. And so that means that not only does she need to get the right types of food, but she needs to get them in the right form. So we can't just give her pieces of meat from the grocery store. She needs fur, she needs bone, she needs organs, because those are the things that keep those feathers looking as nice as they are.
Now, she's got a story coming here to the zoo, and tell us about the story.
Absolutely. So Jez fell out of her nest when she was between 1 and 2 weeks old. She was found in Central Florida and brought to a local rehabber. She had a major fracture in her wing, and although they figured that she might be able to fly again someday, they knew that the rehab process was going to take so long that at such a young age, there was no way she was ever going to really learn how to be a proper hawk again. So at about 6 months old, we got her here to the zoo, and we've had her here ever since. She spends most of her time in our rainforest loop, and she lives with our king vultures, but every once in a while she's willing to grace us with her presence and come on out and have some fun.
Now, I noticed that you guys do, since we're here at Paws On, we have everyone here for the pre-party. Do you get a chance to take her out a lot if there wasn't a party, like during a regular business hours when you guys are open?
So we try to as much as we can, and the keepers do get her out, and that's the only reason that we were able to do this tonight, because the keepers maintain that training with her, because all of our training here at the zoo is choice-based. If the animals want to participate, they can. If they don't want to, there's nothing we can do about that. And so we bring her out as much as we can so that she's willing and excited to come out and play with us.
Thank you, Jezebel and Zach. I really appreciate it. And this is the fun stuff you're going to be able to see tonight. Now, the main guy of this entire zoo, the executive director, Keith Winston, he's going to give you more details because we're going to go to the big tent. So take it away, Keith.
Hi everybody, my name is Keith Winston. I'm Executive Director here at Brevard Zoo, and I want to welcome you tonight to Safari Into the Stars 2021. I'm in a safe corner of the zoo away from the festivities, but I wanted to tell you how excited we are to actually be doing a live, in-person event as well as a hybrid virtual event. So I'm talking to some of you out in the ether, and I'm talking to some real folks here. And we are so excited about the progress the zoo has made since we last talked to some of you when we did our fall all-virtual Safari Under the Stars. The zoo is in much better shape than I ever imagined those many months ago, and that's because of a lot of the generosity of the community. So for those of you who joined us then, for those of you who are joining us now, thank you so much for making your zoo thrive. We're very excited about the vaccine and the returning safety to our community, and all of you who have been visiting us throughout the site as we provided a safe outdoor experience. So wherever you are tonight, if you're in the zoo, if you're at home, if you're wearing pajamas, if you're wearing a fancy shirt, we hope you have a great time, and thank you so much for joining us on Safari Under the Stars 2021.
How best to watch Safari Under the Stars? We strongly suggest watching the show on your smart TV on the YouTube app. This way, you can use your smartphone exclusively for bidding purposes. To find the show on your TV, open up the YouTube app. Find the search option and slowly search Safari Under the Stars. We've sped this portion up for you, but unfortunately, most smart TVs come with dumb remotes. Many people choose to forego this option and cast or mirror the show from a device. This may work with pre-recorded shows, but is not suggested for live events. Once you finish slowly typing this in, you will see the show in your selections. Hope this tutorial helps you enjoy the show.
Good evening, everybody. I just took a little trip away from the big crowds that are celebrating here in the zoo. Actually, not so big as usual, a small crowd, because we are so happy to welcome our virtual audience. For us, it's as though you're here. So I just wanted to give you all a few tips about what's going to happen tonight. But before I do that, I just wanted to express our deep gratitude. You all are what the zoo's all about. It's our community. We have such a vested interest in all that's going on here because it really is. It's all about today and it's all about tomorrow. So we thank you in advance for being here and celebrating all of the great things that we have on the horizon. With that, on the horizon tonight are some pretty awesome things. I hope that all of you have taken the time to register with Qtego. That is our online bidding platform, and throughout the evening, interspersed with sharing all the things that the zoo is engaged in right now, many of which I know you all know about because you are very involved in what we do day to day. But the reason that those things are able to happen is because of our community and because of you. So collectively, with those that'll be on site tonight, with you that are enjoying this from home, we are going to hopefully be raising a lot of money and having a lot of exciting moments together. So get on Qtego, see all of the great experiences that you can possibly invest in. Proceeds going directly to the zoo, to our programs, to all of the great things that we're doing for our animals, conservation, and education. We also have a terrific celebrity guest coming in September. As you know, Jean-Michel Cousteau will be coming here from California to visit with us. But tonight, Ron McGill, he is the communications director at Zoo Miami. Bigger than life, incredible wildlife expert, conservationist, great photographer. Don't miss what he's going to share with us tonight. Terrific fellow. Great moments with animals, great moments to be able to meet other members of our team, be able to enjoy the evening with those that are here on site, and we just can't wait to have the evening unfold. So stay tuned, register for Qtego now, don't miss a beat, and we can't wait to celebrate the rest of the evening with you. Take care. I'm Karen Davis, Director of Development, and a great lover of our community that supports us so beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. We're back here at Brevard Zoo and pause on. Okay, no panic attacks. I'm all good. I even got my snake bracelet on, Austin. He's one of the keepers here at the Brevard Zoo. All right, so we're going to talk about snakes. So, Zach, what is it, a he or a she?
This is a she. Her name is Iris, and she is an eastern indigo snake. She is 7 years old, and one of the coolest things about Iris here is that this is a Florida native species. Now, unfortunately, they are becoming more and more endangered, so you have to go way up north in parts of Jacksonville Alabama, and Georgia. But she is an awesome, awesome snake, and we love snakes here at the zoo. So one of the things that we like to do is be able to bring her out as one of our ambassador animals and teach her people just how awesome snakes really are.
Now, Austin, I noticed underneath her chin, they're different colors.
There are. So it's a little hard to see without the sun out now, but they have a really beautiful rainbow tint to them. It's one of the most beautiful things you'll see on a snake, and that's where they're going to get their name, Eastern Indigo Snake, from.
And she looks so shiny, like velvet. It's really, or just something that's on her. Am I allowed to touch her?
Yeah, if you want to touch the base
Can
of
I?
her tail right there.
Okay.
I'll keep her head way over here.
Okay. Oh, she's so soft.
Yeah, so
Oh.
a lot of people think snakes are scary, but snakes are awesome animals. The Eastern Indigo snake here will live with gopher tortoises as well. So these guys form relationships with other species of animals and will help gopher tortoises keep their burrows nice and clean.
And what does she eat?
So out in the wild, she'd be eating lots of rats, lots of mice. But one of the coolest things about her as well is that she has the ability to eat venomous snakes and will even eat eastern diamondback rattlesnakes out in the wild.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was trying to figure out, does she hear through vibrations or smell? How does that work?
So yeah, her best sense is going to be that sense of smell, and that forked tongue is going to pick up everything that's going on around her, and that is going to help her figure out everything in her environment, which is how she's going to find prey, and that's going to be, her main sense of getting around.
And where would you find her here at the zoo?
So here in the zoo, she does live behind the scenes in our animal ambassador building, but we're able to bring a lot of our animals out to meet guests during the day. So hopefully when you guys come and visit, you'll be lucky enough to meet one of our animal ambassadors.
And be able to touch it. Can I touch it again?
Yeah, one more
Okay,
time.
here I go. So soft.
Making strides here.
I know, I love it. Thank you, Austin. All right, so more fun is coming here throughout the entire program. You can be part of the auction tonight, just sitting from your home, and what we're going to find out more from Janelle, because she is inside the tent right now. So let's check out what's going on inside the tent.
Good evening. Welcome to everyone at home. My name is Gala Gal Janelle, and I am happy to be back as your fundraising partner again this year. I'm coming to you from Auction Central on the stage inside the tent, and it's time for us to do a live auction preview. We have 8 amazing live auction opportunities tonight. Let me tell you about the first 4. 1, we are going to kick off tonight's live auction with Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Bucks tickets. So that ought to be a huge hit right out of the gate. Our second auction item that is coming at you is, you're not even going to believe this, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade tickets and a stay in New York City. Our third auction opportunity tonight is a zoo opportunity that's become one of our favorites. It's called Mysteries After Dark, and it's for 6. And our fourth auction opportunity, again, you're not going to believe this, it's VIP seating to a rocket launch. We've got 4 other amazing opportunities I'll tell you on our next break. And at home, you're going to be bidding right along with us here in the tent by using Qtego. Let's take a look at how that's going to work.
Registration for the auction with Qtego is quick and easy. Qtego is safe and secure fundraising software used by companies around the world for their fundraising events. From the brevardzoo.org/safari page, click on the Auction Sign Up button. Once you land on the Qtego website, click on the blue Register Event button. Fill out the form with your contact information, mobile phone numbers and credit card information, and then hit Submit Registration. If you're using the site from a laptop or desktop, make sure you have your mobile phone with you as you complete the form, as you will receive a text shortly after submitting your registration. This is the only way Qtego will send the PIN number you need to sign in. Find your 4-character PIN at the bottom of the next text. It could be a mix of letters and numbers, or just letters. Return to the website, qtego.net, and click the gray sign-in button and enter your PIN. It's important to keep this PIN as you will need it each time you visit the site in order to sign in. Once signed in, you'll have access to view and bid on auction items. They're separated by category, or you can view all. Thank you for your support of Brevard Zoo, and enjoy the show.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Frank Houston with Essential Net Solutions, a managed IT services company here in Brevard County. On behalf of everyone at ENS, welcome to Safari Under the Stars. We're incredibly proud to sponsor this stellar event and are thrilled you're joining us tonight in supporting the zoo's mission of wildlife conservation through education and participation. Thank you for your time, thank you for your support, and we hope you have a great evening.
Hi, we're Bonnie and Jack Mullen, and we would love to welcome you to Safari Under the Stars. Jack and I have been longtime supporters of the Brevard Zoo. We enjoy it for ourselves, our children, and our grandchildren, and hope you enjoy it as well. Have a great evening.
Have a great time.
Hi, and my name is Summit Shaw with Southeast Petro Distributors, and we are very proud to be able to sponsor the Safari Under the Stars, and specifically the children are our future sponsorship. This will be the third year that we've been able to help partner with the zoo, and we are very much looking forward to a great evening and hope you will have one too. I hope you will take the time to give in any amount that you can and help out our kids and the zoo and conservation. Thank you and have a great evening.
Good grief, Felix and Ophelia. It's time to get ready for the event. You gotta get out of the pool.
And we're back. Safari Under the Stars, Brevard Zoo. Check out the people are coming into the big tent. But I think you're more interested in her. Megan, how's that? We'll go to Megan first, and then you can introduce who do you have today.
Sure, I'm Megan, and this is Horatio. Horatio is a great horned owl. So one of the most common species of owl that you can find all over the United States, including right here in Central Florida.
I am amazed on her eyes. Just gorgeous. So is it because they sleep at night or they hunt at night?
Yeah, they hunt at night. So this is her time of day. She's up and at 'em ready to start doing stuff. And their eyes, you're right, they're beautiful and they're huge. And that's what helps them, one of the many things that helps them hunt at night so effectively.
And I noticed that her, is it claws? Is that what you call them? They're very furry.
Yeah, you can call them claws or talons is what the tips of them are called. But yeah, great horned owls have feathers that go all the way down to the tips of their toes. And that's one of the many reasons why they can be found in really cold areas as well as places like Florida.
And so what's Horatio's story? Because now she's here at the zoo.
Yeah, that's a great question. Horatio lives here at the Brevard Zoo because she fell out of her nest as a little fledgling and she broke her wing. So if you get a good look at her, you can see her right wing is very droopy and it healed that way. So she can fly, but just not well enough to be able to hunt and survive on her own. So she lives here instead. But I tell you what, she's got a pretty good life. She's got a pretty good life. So I think she's pretty happy here.
Curious, what does she eat?
Yeah, that's a good question too. So owls, I mean, they eat meat. They're obligate carnivores. So mostly here at the zoo, we give her things like mice, rats, chicken, quail, lots of good meaty treats.
And does she ever come out besides big events like this? I mean, will kids be able to come here to the zoo with their grandma and grandpa and be able to check her out?
Yeah, Horatio comes out for walks most days on the glove just like this. So even if we don't have an event, we will just bring her out in the front of the zoo and she gets to meet guests. Sometimes she goes to our education program. So if you have kids in camps, you might meet her as well.
Great. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited about her. And that's what we talk about, raising money tonight, because the programs of animal wellness goes to Horatio, because something could happen and they bring it right here to the zoo. So tell me a little bit more about Horatio. Is there any fun facts about her?
What do I think about Horatio? So some of my favorite things about owls actually have to do with their eyes. They're huge. They're so big, in fact, that there's no muscles behind them, so they can't move them around like we do. They're fixed in place, and that's why she moves her whole head when she wants to check something out.
So can she, how far did, she didn't go, how far? Like
about 3/4 of the way in either direction.
gosh. So this is the fun stuff that we're doing here at Brevard Zoo. We're raising a lot of money because this is animal wellness, education, conservation. So we're going to go back to the big tent so you can learn more about the big auction that you're going to be a part of with Janelle. Take it away, Janelle.
Welcome back to everyone joining us from home. As you can hear, guests are starting to gather in the tent, and that means it's time for another auction overview from Auction Central here on the stage inside our wonderful tent this evening. So if you caught the first auction overview, I gave you the first 4 auction opportunities, live auction opportunities tonight, including VIP tickets to our Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade tickets with a stay in New York City, the Mysteries After Dark Zoo Experience for 6, and the VIP seats to a rocket launch. So now let me tell you about auction opportunities 5, 6, 7, and 8. Number 5 is always the hit of the live auction year after year. It's the dinner with our resident celebrity chefs, Keith and John, and that's a dinner for 10 with some zoo experiences as well. Number 6 is a stunning, absolutely stellar diamond solitaire necklace, valued, appraised at $15,900. And one of you is going to be the winner of that tonight. Auction item 7 is a fantastic 5-star Cancun, Mexico resort vacation for 2. And the final live auction opportunity is what's called Keeper Confidential. And it's so confidential, I can't even tell you about it yet. But it's for 6. Those are our 8 live auction opportunities coming up after tonight's dynamic speaker. And of course we have what's called the Give from the Heart, the time when everyone can participate at whatever level they'd like. And in fact, we have an amazing special initiative this year. Let's hear from the keepers a little bit more about that.
Here at Brevard Zoo, we are always striving to make sure we can do the best for our animals every day and constantly improving their welfare and how we care for them.
One of the best ways that we can do this is by observing them and by collecting data taken from those observations.
Cameras are a relatively new tool in the field of animal care. They provide us the ability to watch our animals all day long. Typically, we're here from 7 in the morning until 6 at night. And even during those times, we don't have the ability to watch our animals every single minute.
We're missing the entire night. We're missing dawn, dusk. Some of these animals are nocturnal.
We are able to monitor what their hierarchy changes are. We're able to see what their social structures are like and how they might change day to day, which is super natural for them to do.
We're also able to watch footage that may have happened overnight. We can come in, we can play back the footage, looking for specific observations that or behaviors that we are kind of concerned about.
Brody is an animal that would very much benefit from a camera system.
Most of you know he's had some medical issues that have gone on throughout this year that we are still trying to figure out. You know, if I go and spend time with Brody, his behavior is going to be very different than if we're just watching him remotely. So, you know, if I want to just watch what he's doing during the day, he's going to come over and sit next to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show will start in 5 minutes. Please take your seats.
So I don't get to see necessarily what's going on when I'm not there. Is he playing too rough? Is he, you know, just running and hurting himself? Does he fall? All those things that we don't know is what we're looking forward to being able to watch so we can help better care for him. Does he need less stuff to climb on, more space? Does he need, you know, softer beds to lay on? Whatever he needs, that's what we hope to gain from watching on the cameras.
Last year, we received a stallion Brevi zebra named Bakari. We have recently done introductions with our 3 females here at the zoo, and we've seen a lot of really great positive interactions with them, a lot of positive breeding behaviors. So we're hoping within the future that we might be able to see some baby Brevi zebras. In the last 3 decades, we have seen a decline by 40% of the wild population of Brevi zebras.
They're very important for zoos to hold and have a breeding population. Being as we've got our first stallion here and we would potentially have our first zebra babies, we'd like to get a lot of observations on our females, partially because none of them have ever had a baby before, which can sometimes bring some difficulties, and for us to be able to monitor without disturbing their actual behavior is huge and very beneficial in case we need to step in and help, or we need to figure out a better way to care for them. So the cameras that we already have in the zoo have been extremely beneficial, and we have utilized them so much. We have seen all types of stuff that we wouldn't be able to see, but they're only in a small portion. We have lots of animals here, and we would love to eventually have cameras in every habitat. For right now, we're trying to prioritize the urgent needs of some of the animals, like Brody, who we know has a medical condition, and be prepared for babies that are going to be born. But our goal is to be able to do this with all the species here and be able to gain knowledge on their behavior and anything else that we can use to improve their lives.
Give from the heart for Brody.
Give from the heart for the future of Brevi zebra.
Give from the heart for Brevard Zoo.
Whitebird is proud to be the 2021 Safari Under the Stars Red Carpet sponsor. We're excited to continue our relationship with the zoo and hope everyone has a fun and exciting evening. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Barbara Wall, board member of the Brevard Zoo for many years and a great supporter as you are. I want to welcome you to Safari Under the Stars, and most importantly, I want to thank you for all your support. I want to thank our table sponsors, Vince Lamb, also board member and incredible supporter, Robert Leader, wonderful, wonderful zoo supporter, Christine Lance, always there for us, and everybody that'll be sitting there at Safari Under the Stars and viewing online. Thank you again so much, and enjoy our beautiful weather, our lagoon, and loving our animals.
Welcome to Safari Under the Stars. On behalf of the Board of Directors, Brevard Zoo staff and volunteers, and our Safari Under the Stars committee, thank you, supporters and corporate partners.
By being a part of this evening, your support ensures Brevard Zoo's continuation of its transformational programs,
initiatives, and missions, animal wellness, conservation, and education.
Jessica and I would like to thank our Safari Under the Stars committee for their dedication and effort.
A special thank you to Karen Davis and her development team, Jackie and Mick Barker of Sky Advertising,
Andrea Hill and her events and marketing teams, and all Brevard Zoo staff, volunteers, and board of directors who have made this night possible.
And don't forget to bid on all these great auction items.
And give from your hearts. Cheers!
How best to watch Safari Under the Stars? We strongly suggest watching the show on your smart TV on the YouTube app. This way, you can use your smartphone exclusively for bidding purposes. To find the show on your TV, open up the YouTube app. Find the search option and slowly search Safari Under the Stars. We've sped this portion up for you, but unfortunately, most smart TVs come with dumb remotes. Many people choose to forego this option and cast or mirror the show from a device. This may work with pre-recorded shows, but is not suggested for live events. Once you finish slowly typing this in, you will see the show in your selections. Hope this tutorial helps you enjoy the show.
Thanks again. We are ready to start the program, but just a couple minutes, right? Just a little bit, because I'm really excited for hosting tonight Safari Under the Stars at Brevard Zoo. Thank you to all the keepers. We're talking about Zach, Austin, and Megan for bringing all the animals out here. And remember, tonight is the night, biggest fundraiser. We need to raise as much money as possible to help out Brevard Zoo, and you could do that from home with the huge auction that we're having tonight. So you can bid right there on the couch if that's what you're going to do. So, are you ready? Because I'm ready. I'm really excited to be hosting this. Here we go.
Welcome to Safari Under the Stars, Brevard Zoo's most celebrated event of the year. Tonight, we come together, in many ways, to show appreciation for our community that built us, the keepers, staff and volunteers that sustain us, and all our zoo porters that continue the belief to be one of the Space Coast's most treasured destinations. We thank our title sponsor, Flemio Financial Group, and our signature sponsors, Artemis IT and Holiday Builders, and L3 Harris and Twin Rivers Insurance, and the rest of our signature sponsors. Welcome our audiences, live in the tent and at watch parties at home, to enjoy this, our first hybrid edition. Welcome to Safari Under the Stars. Please welcome Director of Development for Brevard Zoo, Karen Davis.
Good evening, everybody. You can tell that people have not been out for quite a while, so I'm not expecting a lot of quiet this evening. So we just want to make sure you enjoy. I'm not too used to talking in a microphone either these days. So anyway, let's get this evening started. Again, I'm Karen Davis. I want to welcome everybody to this wonderful evening. It's so meaningful to be celebrating tonight with an entire community of people. We're celebrating the zoo. We're celebrating all the amazing things that the zoo has been able to do over the past year. And I think we'll all agree that the past 13 months have been quite the challenge. It's been a challenge for the community. It's been a challenge for the world. But there's no question that this past year has given us abundant silver linings. And those silver linings have really laid a path forward for all of us here. And it's culminating tonight, I think, with tremendous joy as to what we have on the horizon, because right now there's a lot of optimism throughout our community and really throughout the world as to what comes next. And we couldn't be more gratified to be celebrating tonight with all of you, as well as all of the people that are watching from home, as we look to do the best thing possible for this treasured institution. So with both our live audience and our hybrid Safari Under the Stars, we're going to make tonight fun. It's going to be awe-inspiring, hopefully a lot of humor, and we're going to be focused on ensuring that Brevard Zoo does continue to move into the future, sustaining all of the quality of life enhancing things that have been so important to us. So your role in the commitment in supporting our missions of wellness, conservation, and education continue to be paramount. We have a very unique history here. We all know that Brevard Zoo does not receive operating funds from the public sector. So we pretty much survive on gate admissions and philanthropy. And that makes us eternally proud, but it also enables us to know where we owe our gratitude. And we owe it to all of you from home, all of you here in the tent tonight. We're who we are because of you. So thank you for being here. I want to do a few things as we talk about how we got here tonight. There's no question that this particular event takes an unbelievable amount of labor. It is very much a labor of love, and the emphasis needs to go on the word labor because of all the work that goes into it. Lots of moving parts, lots of things that happen that are unexpected, and we have a staff of people that have nothing short of perfection as their top priority. So I want to issue some huge thank yous before we get the evening rolling. Our volunteers, you see them around the tent, you saw them inside. They've got orange shirts on. There are no volunteers like the volunteers at Brevard Zoo. They are invested in us, we are invested in them, and they are very, very much responsible for who and what we are. So I want to thank them, and I want to give them an applause. They are very deserving of that. The Brevard Zoo staff is also exemplary beyond words, and again, this entire event is put on by the people here at the zoo. So I want to make a special acknowledgement to the events team, Ellie, Megan, and Aaron. You'll see them running around. They look like they work for the Secret Service. They've got little things in their ears. They are on it, and they are making this evening as special as it is. The marketing team, led by Andrea Hill, with Bree on that team, and Elliot, who has become an icon for all of the amazing photos that he takes and the great things he puts online for you all to see and enjoy every day. Our facilities team has been heroes throughout this, and I have to give a special note and notice to my wonderful team, the development team, Becca, Bree, Stephanie, Sherry, and Ellen. Thank you to all of you. People of my generation are very familiar with the phrase, the magic of television. Well, that magic is very alive and well with this event, and I want to give special thanks to the very dynamic and talented team of Sky Advertising, led by Jackie and Mick Barker. The idea that we have people sitting in their living rooms watching this event, seeing it live as it live streams, and all of you sitting here in this tent simultaneously engaged with Safari Under the Stars, it's a testimony to Sky Advertising, and it's a testimony to all of you who love this zoo. So thank you, Jackie and Mick. And huge recognition needs to go to the Safari Under the Stars Committee, because they work close to a year behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, while they're sleeping at night, while they're eating food, while they're taking a shower, whatever, it is front of mind for all of them. They have been led ably this year by Amy Bird. And Amy, if you're around, just jump up and yell and scream because you're so happy it's tonight. And Jessica Sam, also, who is out there working tonight. Jessica, by the way, is our Board of Directors President-elect. So you'll be seeing a lot more of her over the next few years, and we're happy to be able to announce that. They have been tireless in their efforts, and they have been working very closely with a wonderful, wonderful team of other committee members, and I just want to acknowledge them quickly. Lou Schwartz, who is also on our Board of Directors. Lou is at a wedding tonight, but he was here working all day. Hope Fisher, who is on our Board of Directors. Marianne Sperando on our board. Jackie Barker, whom we've just acknowledged as Sky Advertising, but Jackie is our immediate past president of our board. And Jill Moore, who is here in the audience. Again, she's been a long-term member of our committee. Dee Waldron. Dee has been very responsible for our whole auction operation this year. Brenda Hersey, and special thanks to Karen Zipkak, who joined our committee this year and will be on it for the rest of her life. So now that we're ready to get going here, I think all of you already know how special and wonderful our zoo is. You know why you're invested in it. We all thought it would be a wonderful thing for you to be able to see why zoos really do matter and dig a little deeper into that, because zoos matter in a very, very significant way. With that, here we go. Thank you.
What's the first thought that comes to mind when you think zoo? For most, it conjures up visions of happy animals, ranging from adorable to majestic, frolicking in their habitats. Although certainly that describes Brevard Zoo to a T, it's only a tiny piece of the story. As we tonight celebrate this wonderful institution, it's more important than ever that the full import of what it's doing for both our community and the world be understood. The depth and breadth of your zoo's programs, initiatives, and overall embrace of the health, vibrance, and protection of our natural world establishes its extraordinary importance. So tonight, we will journey behind the curtain to highlight the little-known but exceptional impact and transformational work in which your zoo is engaged. These mission moments are certain to inspire and will undoubtedly confirm the critical differences your zoo is making in the world and right here in your own backyard. Zoos and aquariums have been instrumental members of the fight against extinction for more than a century. Take, for example, the Perdido Key beach mouse. This tiny yet mighty rodent is found on just one island off the coast of the Florida-Alabama border, where it's threatened by habitat loss and outdoor cats. Thanks in part to the release of mice born at Brevard Zoo and other Florida zoos, the Perdido Key beach mouse's wild population has ballooned from just a few dozen to more than 1,000 individuals in the past decade and a half. With your help, we can continue to ensure a future for dozens of threatened and endangered species. Ladies and gentlemen, Executive Director of Brevard Zoo, Keith Winston.
First, a little housekeeping. Let's talk about the important things. We have executive bathrooms right out here where Andrea is to my left. And we have lovely new bathrooms we completed during COVID to the building to the right. And while we're talking about human anatomy, I just have to recognize something. One more thing we have to put up with COVID this year, one more thing is no air conditioning. I apologize, but it was the right and safe thing to do. So for all of you using the numbers as fans, I salute your innovation. And next year we'll be able to cool you off again. So with those two things let me say this. As Karen said earlier tonight, we would not have been here without you. But despite all the challenges last year, we did end up accomplishing some amazing things. And I want to go over that list for a minute so you can take pride in it. First of all, we restored over half a mile of shoreline in the Indian River Lagoon as part of our oyster program. And people keep coming up to me and saying, how are they doing? And we have third parties monitor them, and they're always doing better than we expected. We formed a new partnership with the University of Florida Whitney Labs, and we are bringing clams back to the lagoon. We've already put 1 million clams back in the lagoon. For those of you who've been here, this used to be the center of the clam industry in Florida. We became experts in working in virtual formats. Our zoo camp served 28 states and 3 countries last summer. So Brevard Zoo was keeping kids interested, learning, and occupied for their working parents last summer, and many people were really grateful. We literally last year treated and sent home dozens of sea turtles, I think the most in our history. Again, all of your support. And we never wavered in our commitment to taking care of animals, including some new animals that joined our family, like Brody the black bear. How many people are fans of Brody? And Mateo the spider monkey, who was flown in with the help of Florida Tech from Dallas. And those animals require sort of extraordinary care. But we made a decision early on we weren't going to pull back on that. We're really proud of that. And also, we provided a safe recreational haven for our community. And despite all the challenges, saw great numbers of people last year and really are having a fantastic spring in terms of attendance. So hopefully, how many of you guys have visited the zoo this year with your families? Now let me say this. Probably the most important thing we did last year is something you know nothing about, or very little about, unless you're one of our board of directors or you work here. And that is the board, our volunteers, our staff, and community stakeholders. We actually got together at the end of the year and we adopted a new mission for the zoo. We adopted a new mission because we thought our old one had guided us very well over the first 25 years, but it was time to look to the next 25 years. And so I want to share that new mission with you. Hopefully it's coming up on the screen. If it isn't, then we'll just say it. This was a last-minute addition. Well, I'm going to share our mission with you. So we wanted something that was broader than just the wildlife we serve. So our new mission is that we share our joy of nature to help wildlife and people thrive. And the important addition is that we're here to make sure all of you thrive. So thank you for everyone here who's doing whatever you need to do to thrive tonight. And why is that important? Oh, there we go. That's important because it's going to launch us for the next 25 years. And what we really want that to do is take us to the next stage of evolution, and that is to bring a world-class aquarium to the east coast of Florida. So many of you know we'd been working on the aquarium project when COVID hit, and we'd been gearing up, and I want to tell you, the zoo is financially healthy thanks to you. Our community's getting healthy, and we are taking up the mantle again, and we're going to be moving forward as fast as we can with this project. So I want to leave you with one last thing, and that is the list of things we think this aquarium will bring to us. First of all, it will be a permanent spotlight on the challenges facing the lagoon and the role that we all play in keeping it healthy. Secondly, it will become one of the major funding sources of the lagoon, funding the National Estuary Program that will do projects across all 5 counties of the lagoon. It should educate more than 500,000 people every year, give you all amazing recreational experiences, give tourists another powerful reason to spend their money here. How many engineers in the community? How many engineers here tonight? Engineers love aquariums. We're going to help you attract the best and the brightest to work at your companies here in Brevard County. It'll bring almost 1,000 new jobs to the economy. And for those of you who go, wow, that's an ambitious project, it will actually solidify the financial bottom line at the zoo because we'll get to diversify what we do. So here's my question to you. How many of you guys are willing to come along on this journey with us for the next few years and set up the next 25 years by adding an aquarium? So hopefully you guys will come with us and we will make this happen. We are really excited about it. Now, we actually have some business to take care of, and that is we want to reward one of you immediately tonight. So we're going to invite Mindy up here to pick the winning raffle ticket. So big hand of a...
All right, who wants to win the trip? Really? Who wants to win this trip? All right, this side seems to be a little louder. How about this side? You guys want to win this trip? I hear it over there. All right, you ready, Keith?
I'm ready. So
All right.
I want you to pick it.
I'm picking it. I'm going down. I'm shaking it around. I'm digging deep. All right, here we go. Congratulations to Jill Vogel from Satellite Beach. Are you here? Are you here?
You do not have to be present to win.
Do not have to be present to win, but congratulations. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. And now we're going to go back to Galagal, and the festivities will move on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage auctioneer Janelle Taylor, also known as Gala Gal.
Hey, everybody, how are we doing tonight? I am Gala Gal Janelle Taylor, and I am delighted to be back as your fundraising partner. After our awesome speaker, we are going to have 8 live auction opportunities, and to get you ready, I would like to give you a very quick overview. So, I believe they are on the back of your bidder paddle, and you in the room will be using your bidder paddles. You at home will be bidding through Qtago after our speaker tonight. So, let's go through our 8 live auction opportunities because they are great. We're going to kick off with Super Bowl Tampa Bay Buccaneer winners, Super Bowl winners 2 tickets. That's our first live auction opportunity tonight. Our second is Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade tickets for 4 Central Park West, plus a hotel, plus a tour. Our third is a zoo experience, one of our most popular mysteries after dark for 6 people. And the fourth auction opportunity is, get this, VIP rocket launch as close as you can get, seats for 2. Our fifth auction opportunity, when it comes up after our speaker, is going to be the hit of the auction every year. It is one of our biggest top sellers. It's the dinner for 10 with our on-site celebrity chefs, Keith and John. Our sixth auction opportunity is a stunner, an absolute stunner. A diamond solitaire necklace that is appraised, and you will get the appraisal, at $15,900. And one of you in here or at home is going to be the winner. Our seventh live auction opportunity is Cancun, but not just any trip to Cancun. It's all-inclusive, 5-star for 2. And finally, we're going to close the live auction tonight with, shh, keep her confidential. And this experience for 6 is so confidential that I can't even tell you about it yet. So get ready for the live auction after our great speaker tonight. And at this time, I'm going to turn our program back over to Karen.
Okay, everybody. This is actually my favorite part of Safari every year. It's when I get to personally thank, on behalf of our entire community, all of the incredible signature supporters, corporate partners, individual supporters who not only come together tonight to support this event, but are so significant in making sure that this institution continues to be such a force as it is. So again, I want to thank Flamio Financial Group. This is their 5th year as our title corporate partner. Thank you, Talisha and Greg. Next, Holiday Builders, Bruce Assam. The lights are in my eyes. I know you're up here someplace in the front, so thank you to them so very much. Many years as one of our top supporters. They are the celebrity dinner hosts, since Jean-Michel is not here yet. He'll be here in September, and that's when they will enjoy that dinner. Artemis IT, again, many years taking a leadership role here. Travis Proctor and his team, thank you, Travis, so much. L3 Harris, Obviously, incredible supporters of Brevard Zoo and so many things in this community. Thank you. Tony George is one of our board of director members. Thank you for being here. Twin Rivers Insurance, Cindy Wooten and her team. Thank you, Cindy, for being a wonderful part of this evening. They will be the Friday night VIP reception hosts again in September when we have our next chapter. Boys Electrical Contractors, again, many years of support. Thank you so much, Kyle Nylander. You'll see them each time you're bidding on Qtego because they are reflected on the auction site as our navigation and mobile bidding corporate partners. White Bird, attorneys at law, our red carpet corporate partners. When you got your pictures taken, you'll be knowing that they were right there with you in that. So thank you to Adam Bird and Brad White for being so wonderful and supporting us. Brevard County Hyundai dealers. Tracy Latshaw, Michelle Russell, thank you guys. They will be our Saturday morning community engagement hosts when again Jean-Michel Cousteau is here in September. Southeast Petro, thank you. They will also be supporting one of the significant events that will happen in September, the Children Are Our Future Teen Symposium, again with Jean-Michel Cousteau. Thank you to the Shaw family so much. Whiting Turner, they are our Building a Brighter Brevard corporate partner. Bob Minatoli and his team, thank you so much for being with us and supporting the zoo. Essential Net Solutions, we're so proud to have Dave Soper back in the tent and Frank Houston and the team. They are our Safari After Dark corporate partners, so a little later in the evening you will be thanking them effusively for what they've been able to take care of for you. Jaguar Land Rover of Merritt Island. I want to thank Jim Cavanaugh and his team. They're a premier luxury car dealer, and I have a very exciting announcement to make. Pretty soon they're going to be opening a dealership right here in Vieira, so nice and close to us. Congratulations on that, and welcome and thank you. Brewer Paving and Development, Billy Joe and Debbie are with us every single year. Unfortunately, they're not here tonight, but Billy Joe is watching us, so Billy Joe, we miss you. We thank you very, very much. They're our Street of Dreams corporate partner. Stiefel Garvin Peterson Wealth Management. This is a very special shout out because Elena Garvin and Shane, her husband, about 5 years ago when we were sitting in the tent and it was even hotter than tonight, she came, that was when Morgan Fairchild was here that year. Morgan Fairchild is the only person that did not break a sweat by some miraculous, I don't know what she did. But anyway, Elena and Shane said, from now on, we will be the Safari Chill corporate partners and you will never sweat again. Well, we're a different kind of chill tonight. We're chill because we are out for the first time, many of us, in 13 months, and we still want to thank them because this has been such a treasure. So we just are using the name in a bit of a different way this year and staying cool with our paddles. Thank you, Elena, so much, and Elena's on our board of directors. Certified General Contractors, our live auction corporate partner, Adam Broadway, thank you so much. And I want to give a shout out to his beautiful wife, Tia, who is forever a member of our committee, took a year off this year, but we are always inspired by her wonderful talent and grace, and she will always be part of us, even when she's not on the committee, quote unquote, officially. Dr. Nani Golden. Nani, thank you so much. Our Lagoon corporate partner. M.H. Williams, our Oyster Reef corporate partner. Mike Jr. and his team, thank you so much. Lifestyle Homes, Jordan Lund. Restore Our Shores, Lifestyle, thank you so much to the Lund family. Construction Engineering Group, our Safari Spirit. Dave Alley and the rest of the team, thank you. Always here, always with us. Thank you. Sky Advertising. They don't get to eat tonight. They're working and making the magic of TV work for our community. But we want to thank Jackie Barker, our Media Past president, and Mick Barker for being so special. Jack and Bonnie Mullen, our keeper of the dunes. Thank you so much. Jack is on our aquarium project task force and always working in favor of all that we're doing. Thank you. I want to recognize the Wall, Lamb, Lance, Leader, and Trudeau table. Lovers of all creatures. Barbara and Vince both are on our board of directors. Wonderful, wonderful supporters of the zoo. Thank you. And I also want to recognize the Kirschenbaum, Coleman, Molnar, and Figueroa table, our mangrove protectors. You know those names, Kirschenbaum, Coleman, and Molnar, many, many years making this zoo what it is. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all that you all do. So one thing to point out, you've heard me mention a number of times about September. We are in Chapter 1 tonight, Chapter 2, September 17th and 18th. We will be celebrating our special celebrity guest, Jean-Michel Cousteau, and during that weekend, he will share so much with us in so many special ways. We just could not be more gratified to have him coming. And what a special and pivotal time. As Keith mentioned, we are prepping for this aquarium, and this man is just a centerpiece in terms of this type of effort. So he'll be able to lend his voice, his wisdom, and his experience to be able to help us move forward with that. He's just so special, and I can't wait for everybody here to get to meet him. As I said, the Saturday morning community engagement with Hyundai, and the Children Are Our Future with Southeast Petro. We want you to enjoy the rest of the evening, but I want to remind everybody as you're doing that Qtego is active. There are many, many things that you all can buy on there. Everything you do on Qtego is a donation to the zoo. I want to draw your attention to one very special one, which is Keeper Scholarships. You got to meet our wonderful animals out there, all accompanied with a keeper. They only do what they do. Their expertise, their amazing talent is based upon getting this elevated education and certification. So for $2,500, you can give a scholarship to a keeper. There are 3 that have already been done. We have 2 more that we would love to be able to cement for them. So with that, we want to make sure that you all have a wonderful evening, and keeper scholarships, keep them in your mind. Thank you.
Dreams really do come true, sometimes the biggest ones of all. It happened more than a quarter century ago when a small group of Brevardians set out with a big dream to create a community-led, community-built, community-funded zoo. It may have seemed impossible to everyone but the founders, who were poised to give visitors a place to experience and interact with wildlife, protect those most vulnerable, and safeguard the ecosystem in which they live. Organizers who mobilized the massive recruitment campaign of more than 16,000 volunteers had their eye on getting to opening day. What they didn't yet see was the long-standing community support being built that would become the foundation of this privately funded organization, eventually making it one of the country's top zoos. A 300-member Founders Society set in motion and an all-hands-on-deck approach, engaging citizens to get involved, spread the word and donate, securing corporate donations, obtaining matching funds grants, and procuring resources through hotel taxes from Brevard County Tourism Development Council. The unexpected generous gift of land from the Vieira Company gave Brevard Zoo a home. Opening in 1994, the campaign for the zoo illustrated the incredible power of a collective effort to make even the biggest dreams come to fruition. La Selva, Wild Florida, and the innovative Paws On Play area were the first selections to be constructed, followed by Australasia in 1996 and Expedition Africa in 2003. Treetop Trek, a parallel attraction consisting of 5 expansive aerial obstacle courses, opened in 2011, expanding the guest offering with outdoor adventures and the chance to see wildlife from a new perspective. In 2020, the revamped La Selva Loop was unveiled, renamed Rainforest Revealed. A unique subtropical location makes Brevard Zoo one of the few places in the United States that can naturally sustain the animals of Central and South America in an outdoor setting, allowing us to create a habitat in a natural forest environment rather than trying to put a forest into an exhibit. The addition of new animals, habitats, programs, and experiences continues at Brevard Zoo and is no longer seen as an unattainable dream, but an achievable next step in the mission. It's the result of years of relationships with members, partners, sponsors, and donors who make Brevard Zoo a priority, giving us the opportunity to continue the diverse range of initiatives in animal wellness, education, and conservation. Today, the zoo includes numerous experiences aimed at connecting visitors with animals and environmental issues so important to us all. Visitors enjoy animal encounters, guided kayak tours and train rides, ziplining through animal habitats, education programs for children 2 to 16, environmental field projects, animal rehabilitation programs, and efforts devoted to saving animals from extinction. As the zoo grew, so did a commitment to furthering the depth of programs that impact animal wellness, education, and conservation. With more than 900 different animals now in the care of Brevard Zoo, decisions on their health and wellness are based on peer-reviewed scientific research conducted in the wild or at other zoological facilities. Zoo veterinarians, dietitians, and animal care staff maintain everything from physical health, diet and instinctual feeding behaviors to emotional well-being. Exercise and habitat development to ensure every animal thrives. In fact, many of the animals participate in their very own veterinary care, with training to present their hooves for trimming, open their mouths for a dental inspection, or stand still for an injection. From the day visitors were first welcomed through the gates, education was a valuable piece of the zoo experience. In keeping with the belief that the best way to teach is through participation, education programs provide opportunities for the young and the young at heart to make real connections with wildlife and the world around them. Beginning in a one-room classroom, education quickly became an immersive and diverse range of experiential programs. Today, more than 35,000 children take part in hands-on activities such as junior zookeepers, teen volunteers, and Lagoon Quest, all sought-after programs in the community. Zoo Club, Family Nature Club, and spring and summer camps offer families engaging learning opportunities that inspire children to grow in their knowledge of nature. Accredited zoos and aquariums like Brevard Zoo are also instrumental members in conservation programs and the fight against extinction. The zoo has long been recognized for its leadership position in the community, like the fight for the health of the Indian River Lagoon. Earlier this year, the zoo's Restore Our Shores team completed its largest ever living shoreline project, a mosaic of oysters and mangroves to provide shelter and food to thousands of animals, as well as protection from erosion and hurricanes. Field programs are just a few of the ways the zoo works daily to save animals and their habitats, like the rehabilitation and release of injured sea turtles at the Sea Turtle Healing Center, or pioneering a method to translocate Florida scrub jays, whose habitat loss declined the population by 90%. Brevard Zoo also collaborates on important work with other zoos, as in the project to grow the population of the threatened Perdido Key beach mouse through its method to breed them and return them to the wild. The zoo has successfully bred endangered wrinkled hornbills, Maasai giraffe, and black-handed spider monkeys, as well as critically endangered Visayan warty pigs, and scimitar-horned oryx, which were extinct in the wild until several years ago. Brevard Zoo distributes grants to support wildlife conservation projects locally and around the world. It is also one of 230 accredited zoos taking part in the AZA's initiative Saving Animals from Extinction, that collectively contributes $230 million a year on wildlife conservation. Widely regarded as the Space Coast's largest community project, Brevard Zoo welcomes more than 400,000 people annually and is a vital link to the education and awareness of the causes and initiatives affecting wildlife and their habitats worldwide. A quarter century later, the zoo remains an independent, not-for-profit organization that receives no recurring government funding, deeply committed to its mission and the dream in which it was founded. We are Brevard Zoo.
Hi, I'm Bruce Assam, President and CEO of Holiday Builders. For over 38 years, Holiday Builders has been trusted to provide comfortable, affordable, and simply beautiful homes to families across the state of Florida and into coastal Alabama. This is what makes our partnership with Brevard Zoo so incredibly special, as we are able to assist them in giving our wild friends and family a safe and happy home as well. We are proud to once again sponsor Safari Under the Stars, to help take responsibility for our community's conservation efforts and watch as the zoo's team connects these efforts to a much larger global network. Thank you, Brevard Zoo, for all you do.
Thank you for joining us in supporting the Brevard Zoo and Safari Under the Stars. At Artemis, we make IT work. We make it work to drive value, to mission, and to bottom line. As an outsourced IT department, we take away the headaches associated with unreliable and unsecure systems. This is what we do for the zoo, so the staff can focus on taking care of the amazing animals. If managing your IT is a little bit like taming a wild animal, then give us a call. Then perhaps you can spend your newfound free time enjoying the animals with an afternoon at the Brevard Zoo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage Executive Director of Brevard Zoo, Keith Winston.
So if you were paying attention a minute ago, we actually showed you images of the aquarium that's coming up. But most of you were probably distracted by the food. We wanted to make sure there was something for everyone tonight, so I hope you're enjoying that. But we hope to give you something that will pull you away from your food. Earlier tonight, you heard Karen talk about why zoos matter, why our zoo matters. You saw a video about it, but I want to tell you, we really work with zoos all over the world. And one of the zoos that really matters is just down the road here in Miami. We have been really excited to bring someone here tonight who's been an icon in the Miami community for years. He's constantly on media in English and Spanish. For 41 years, Ron McGill has been making a difference for wildlife down with Zoo Miami. I asked Ron this afternoon, what is he most proud of? And he's going to tell you some of that tonight. He's going to talk about his work with Harpy eagles. He's going to talk about the importance of being local and what Expedition Everglades meant to them, and his actually own conservation endowment he set up. So we're very excited to have someone who's been doing this even longer than I have. Can we have a big round of applause for Ron McGill?
Thank you so much, Keith. I'm going to put this on here because I don't do speeches. This is not a speech, but I don't want to talk too long, so I know how long it is. First of all, I want to thank you all so much for the invitation to speak here. I feel like I'm not worthy, you know? I mean, usually at these things you have a major person, you know, known all over the world. But at the end of the day, you need to know that I'm here today because I grew up in a small apartment in New York City. My father was a Cuban immigrant. And what's different from me is that, you know, I'm old enough now where maybe a lot of you can realize this. I'm here today because I went to the Bronx Zoo as a kid. And when I went to the Bronx Zoo, something happened when I looked at an animal face to face. And I realized the importance of it. You know, today these kids, they hear me okay, don't they? Oh, okay. You're having trouble hearing me. Hello, does this one work better? Hello, hello. Better? Okay, there we go. All right, so as I was saying, you know, I was born in New York City. My father was a Cuban immigrant. I didn't have a whole lot of exposure. You know, the kids today, they've got the Discovery Network, Animal Planet, National Geographic. When I grew up, there was one show. Well, there were really two shows. You got the occasional Undersea World of Jacques Cousteau, and you guys are going to have Jean-Michel up here shortly to just wow you. But the other show that you watched every Sunday night for me, right before the Wonderful World of Disney, was Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. And I watched that show. And that show was like going to church for me, man. I would watch that show on a little 12-inch black and white television set. And there was Marlon Perkins, and then there was Jim Fowler. And I liked Marlon. He was great. He talked about the animals and, you know, everything. But Jim was the guy I wanted to be. He was that guy who was jumping out of helicopters on top of elk. He was catching jaguars with throw nets in the freaking middle of the Amazon. He blew my mind. This guy he'd scale down a mountain, and he'd grab a condor with one hand while holding with the rope with the other. I said, that's what I want to do. And people told me, Ron, you're crazy. You're never going to be able to do that. You're the son of an immigrant living in a small apartment growing up in New York City. That's a 1 in a million job. Make a long story short, I got to meet Jim Fowler about 35 years ago. He became one of my dearest friends. He became a mentor to me to the day he passed away just a couple of years ago. And he taught me how important it is to connect and to communicate. And that's what a zoo is for, folks. I'm going to tell you something that might sound counterproductive to all of you. In a perfect world, we wouldn't need any zoos. In a perfect world, every kid would be able to walk in the Serengeti, see an elephant walking across the plains, go to the Arctic and see a polar bear out on the ice, go down into South America, see a jaguar walking through the jungles. Unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world. And that's the value of zoos. It's not simply an attraction. I didn't come to work at the zoo 41 years ago to work for an attraction. I wanted to work for an institution that was going to make a difference in connecting people and preserving wildlife in the wild, where it really belongs. So what we do is we provide windows here. And things like the Brevard Zoo, that's what they're doing. You're providing windows in the world. When I walked through the zoo today and I watched these kids come through, and I saw that young lady feeding a giraffe, and that 16-inch tongue comes out, and you see her eyes just pop out of her head, she's never going to forget that. And what she's doing is she's learning at that time the giraffe is a neat animal. Another problem I'm having today is the sensationalism of the media. You know, when I grew up, I watched a show called Wild Kingdom. It taught you to respect, to be in awe of nature. Today, I'm seeing too many shows like When Animals Attack 5, River Monsters, The World's Deadliest. If I'm a kid watching this stuff, I want to say, I'm never going to go outside. I'm never going to want to explore this stuff because something's going to kill me. It's the wrong message, folks. What zoos are doing now, what's so important, is to connect, especially with children, and show them that, listen, if you properly respect an animal, you should never have a reason to be afraid of it. And that's the main mission that we have, is respecting and taking care of these animals in our backyard to make sure what you're doing here at the Brevard Zoo in the Indian River Lagoon, with all the clams, 1 million clams in the lagoon, University of Florida, go freaking Gators. Okay, this is fantastic. What you're doing with the grasshopper sparrow, with the scrub jay, all of these things in your own backyard, that's what zoos have to do. If zoos are going to be credible institutions, they've got to protect the animals in the wild where they belong. Because, folks, if the zoo is the last place where we can safely see these animals, we have failed as an institution. So we've got to go out and we've got to connect. We've got to inspire. People don't want to be made afraid of things. They want to learn to be in awe of them. And that's what we can do, and that's what the Brevard Zoo does. You know, I'm up here, and the reason I'm up here is to speak on behalf of all the people behind the scenes, especially the zookeepers here, the horticultural staff here, the people you never see because they work so hard in what they're doing. When you go around and you see these folks out with the animal ambassadors, you have no idea the passion they have for what they do. Believe me when I tell you they're not doing it for the money, okay? This is a passion. This is something in their heart. This is something that happened to me in my heart. Growing up, I started as a zookeeper and just kind of worked my way up into this role where I was very fortunate to be kind of thrust into being a spokesperson. That's what we've got to do at zoos. We've got to convince people. One of the projects I'm most proud of that Keith was mentioning to you is this Harpy Eagle project. You know, I'm always asked, because I do a lot of stuff on television with Good Morning America, CNN and stuff, and people see me and they go, Ron, what's your favorite animal? You know, and the politically correct answer is, well, the last one I worked with. But in reality, since I was a little kid, I was always fascinated with the Harpy eagle. For those of you who don't know what the Harpy eagle is, it's the largest, most powerful bird of prey on Earth. This thing is the coolest thing, and I was never into birds. I mean, I know Keith is a big bird, but I'm not, little brown jobs, I'm not really into them that much. However, Harpy eagle, holy jeez, I never saw a live one. The only one I ever saw as a little kid was in the Museum of Natural History in New York City. And I remember it was standing right next to the mount of a bald eagle. It made the bald eagle look like a pigeon. I was like, holy jeez, this thing for real or is it like an extinct dinosaur? Fast forward, the first ones I ever saw in real life, I'm married to a woman of Panamanian descent, so I had to go down to Panama to meet her family. And in a small zoo in Panama, I heard they had 2 Harpy eagles. I said, oh my gosh. And I traveled to zoos everywhere I went. I always go to zoos. And I went and saw the Harpy eagles. It was the most bittersweet moment for me in the zoo world because I got to see 2 Harpy eagles, and I was blown away. And they were in this horrific, tiny little cage. Nobody in Panama even knew what a Harpy eagle was. They thought their national bird was the bald eagle because of the American presence on the canal. I saw this little cage. I went to the zoo director. I said, and I'm just a zookeeper. I said, who's in charge of this? You can't have these majestic, beautiful birds like this. They said, the mayor's in charge. I wrote a letter to the mayor. Thanks to my wife's family, I got a meeting with the mayor. I had breakfast with the mayor. Make a long story short, I said, Miss Mayor, I want to raise money. Because the mayor said to me, listen, I can't raise money for a bird here in Panama. I got to fix potholes. I got to pick up garbage. There's no way. If I allot money to build a better bird cage, my constituents will kill me. And I understood that. I said, let me go out and do it. I had no idea how I was going to do it, but I said, I'm going to try. She gave me the okay, and in Latin America, when you get this, they give you a letter with ribbons and embossed gold seals and all stuff, so I'm an official person with the mayor. I immediately had a meeting with the U.S. ambassador to Panama. I got a list of all the big corporations doing business in Panama. I wrote a letter. I said, listen, I need you to help me build a center for Harpy eagles in Panama. People said I was out of my mind. I got a call from Sony Corporation. Sony Corporation, and they say, they're based in Panama for all Latin America. They say, Ron, we want to help you with this, but you need to do a presentation to the president of Sony. I'll never forget it, Mr. Akihiko Kashi. He's going to fly in from Tokyo so you can do a presentation to him in Panama City as to why Sony should help you in this project. I called Jim Fowler, my good friend Jim. I said, Jim, you're famous. People know who you are. They're not going to know who I am. They'll listen if you're with me. I called him. He flew down with me from New Canaan, Connecticut. We did this presentation in front of Mr. Kashi. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is incredible. This bird, you got to save this bird. And I don't know if any of you have ever worked with Japanese business people, but they don't show any emotion. They just look at you. Oh. And I'm kind of an animated guy, so I'm expecting a smile or something. I got nothing. I finished, and they walked out of the room to discuss it, and I looked at Jim. I said, Jim, we're not going to get a penny. I thought the guy was in a coma. I don't know what the deal is. He goes, Ron, relax. The Japanese don't wear their emotions on their sleeves. I thought you did a good job. They came out, they said, you gave a very good presentation. We're going to begin by giving you $250,000. They ended up giving me close to $1 million. I got all kinds of corporations to jump on board afterwards. Long story short, we built the biggest center in the world for Harpy eagles in Panama. We had, well, this is something, and this was stood at grassroots. We did a thing. I got a letter from President Clinton, who was the president at the time, congratulating me on the work that I did in Panama doing with this bird. And again, I'm just a zookeeper. I got a phone call from the president of Panama, a phone call. And I thought I was being punked. I answered the phone. His Excellency, Presidente Ernesto Valladares would like to say, I'm like, yeah, right, who is this? I thought it was one of my buddies, and I was going to say something rude. Thank God I didn't. The president comes on. He's President Valladares. He's a Harvard grad. I speak Spanish too, but he goes, all right, I'm very proud of what you've done for our country here. And I'm thinking the president of a country that my wife is from, is telling me he's proud of this. I can't believe this is happening. He goes, I'd like to know if there's anything I can do to make this project even better. And I went, whoa, he probably didn't think I was going to ask him anything. But I did. I said, Mr. President, I got this great idea. Why don't we have an art contest for all the school children in Panama to paint the Harpy eagle and write an essay as to why it's important to them? And then I want you, Mr. President, to pick out your favorite drawing and make it the next national postage stamp for the Republic of Panama. He loved the idea. We did a set of 4. We had a huge contest. It was nationwide. Not only was it great because these kids were learning the Harpy eagle, but it connected people to the bird. To close out the story, folks, one of the proudest moments of my life was on April 10th, 2003. Was in front of the Congress of Panama. That's like me going up to Washington, D.C., okay? And on April 10th, 2003, the Panamanian Congress passed a law officially declaring the Harpy eagle the national bird of Panama. And it's law. It's their Harpy eagle. We modeled it after the Bald Eagle Project. Where am I at here? Oh, my God. Am I talking too long? Hold on a second.
Hold on a second. What am I at here? Oh, no, okay, I got a couple minutes. Okay, so that's the Harpy Eagle story, and that's just a lesson is, listen, if you guys believe it, you can do it. You can change the world. That's what zoos do. We provide conduits and windows to do that. You're doing an incredible job here. When Keith pointed out this new mission that you have, where both animals and people thrive, it is such a key component to any kind of conservation project. Any successful one will tell you, when I worked with the Harpy Eagles, I went down into Panama and I worked with all the indigenous people and gave them ownership. One of the greatest zoo projects I've ever seen is what I saw here today at Brevard County. When I saw all of those bricks signed by children without any cost, it wasn't a fundraising campaign. You did this for free to show them that this is their zoo. It gave them a sense of ownership. That is the key. That is such a key to getting support, making people feel it's a sense of ownership. I don't know of any zoo that's done a better job than Brevard in doing that with the community. This really is a true, incredible community process. So I congratulate you for that. We did another thing with cheetahs, where for 10, 15 years, there was never a cheetah brought into this country. But I brought one in as an ambassador animal, and we raised actually hundreds of thousands of dollars for cheetahs by making it an ambassador animal when everybody, including the AZA, said, well, you shouldn't be doing that. And then when I did it, 20 other zoos did the same thing afterwards. Guys, don't worry about being followers. In this social media world where everybody's worried about how many followers do you have? I want to follow this person. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. Go out. Don't be afraid to fail. Do something right. Do it the right way and have people follow you. It's not going to happen unless you take the chance. So I tell you, go out and do that. It's so important to me that you understand how important zoos are. Again, folks, I'm here to tell you, in a perfect world, we wouldn't need any zoos. But I know when I went to the Bronx Zoo, as a little boy, 5, 6 years old, a seed was planted in me that grew into the passion that I have today. I've been very fortunate to raise millions of dollars. And I'll tell you, this is the last part of what I'm going to talk to you about tonight. When Keith asked me, and anybody asked me, what am I most proud of in my career? What I'm most proud of is, listen, zoos cannot continue to build multi-million-dollar exhibits unless they allocate a significant portion of money to protect the animals they're going to put on those exhibits in the wild. We cannot continue just putting animals on exhibits and saying, oh, we're educating. That's not enough anymore, folks. We've got to put our money where our mouth is. Because as I've said to you before, if zoos are the last safe place to see animals, then we failed. So we've got to do that. And I came up, I'm going to be honest with you, I got frustrated with my own zoo. I didn't think they were doing enough at the time. We do these multi-million-dollar exhibits, and we weren't allocating as much as I thought should have been allocated to help those animals in the wild. So I said, I'm going to start an endowment that has sustainability. So you're not raising for it every year. You get a corpus of money, and from that money, you can do just conservation work. And I got to be honest with you, most people didn't think it could be done. But today, and I put my name on it because, yes, I have a little bit of an ego. The Ron McGill Conservation Endowment at Zoo Miami is the largest conservation endowment in the history of the zoo. We give away tens of thousands of dollars every year that can only be used to protect animals in the wild. That's what makes me happy, because I know long after I'm dead and gone, money, tens of thousands of dollars every year will go to conservation in the wild. That's our obligation that we have. So on that note, folks, I'm going to kind of fade out my talking because my voice is going and you don't want to hear me talk much longer. But I want you to remember this. You know, there's a lot of sayings that I live by. The number one saying is that in the end, we protect what we love what we understand, and we understand what we are taught. The Brevard Zoo is that conduit in this part of Florida to teach people to love the environment, to understand that whether it be the coral reefs that protect us from storms, whether it be the rainforest to provide us with our medicines, whether it be the butterflies and the bats that pollinate the foods, the plants that provide us the food that we eat, we are all inextricably connected together. By protecting those things, we are protecting ourselves. And my final quote is, never forget, it's not my quote, but it's one that I think very highly of. We have not inherited this earth from our parents. We are borrowing it from our children. We have a moral obligation to preserve it as good or better as when we came into this world so they can see it the same way. So thank you very much. Congratulations on a wonderful event, folks.
Good job. Hey, everybody. How about another round of applause for Ron McGill? That was amazing. That energy. You can feel the passion. You guys bring that all the time. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed dinner. We have a little housekeeping to do up here, and we'll be right back with you in a minute.
I'd like to say thank you to Brevard Zoo for all the memories made with me and my grandkids and the memories that we're going to make in the future.
Thank you for being another great place for our locals and out-of-town guests to enjoy Florida.
Thank you, Brevard Zoo, for your commitment to wildlife education.
Whiting-Turner is really excited for this year's Safari Under the Stars and the opportunity to get out of the house and spend some time with our friends at the Brevard Zoo. We're really looking forward to it.
Boys Electrical Contractors, professionally serving commercial customers across Central Florida since 1965. Our comprehensive portfolio of projects includes electrical installation and distribution services in new construction and renovation, with specialization in large commercial, multi-unit, hospitality, educational, and healthcare facilities. Boys Electrical Contractors, powering the way.
Hey there, Zoo sponsors. This is Jake Wise with Construction Engineering Group. We have been a proud supporter of the zoo for over 15 years. The zoo, just like us, has been a stronghold in this community now for over 2 decades. We couldn't be more excited to be supporting Safari Under the Stars this year. This has been a crazy year, and we're looking forward to moving onward and upward and getting the zoo packed full of families again. We've had the honor of being parts of elephant farms and taking care of giraffes and rhinos and meerkats. We helped with the turtle facility and the animal care and classrooms and so much more. So thank you, Brevard Zoo. Thank you for all you do for our community. And thank you, sponsors, again. Please donate generously. And we could not be more excited again to be part of Safari Under the Stars 2021.
Hey, good evening. This is Jim Cavanaugh, General Manager of Jaguar Land Rover in Merritt Island. Our dealership is so proud to continue to sponsor the Brevard Zoo. Not only do we share the Jaguar namesake with your most famous resident, but we also share the passion and enthusiasm for the zoo and all that it holds for our community. And here at Jaguar Merritt Island, we know that organizations like the Brevard Zoo must continue to rely on community partnerships with local businesses to keep this beautiful balance in nature. And we are thrilled to be included. Again, from all of us at Island, here's to another year of celebrating Safari Under the Stars and our beautiful Brevard Zoo. Cheers.
This is Nani Golden, coming to you from our beautiful Space Coast. I just want to say thank you, Brevard Zoo, for your tireless commitment to conservation and our community.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage auctioneer Janelle Taylor, also known as Gala Gal.
Good evening, everyone. Look at those house lights come up. It is time to put the fun in fundraising, and I am so excited to be back with you and join you as your fundraising partner again this year. So welcome to everyone in the tent. And hey, we're in the tent. And welcome to everyone at home, and thank you for joining us virtually. So, you all have been fantastic auction supporters in the past, and some of you even know me. We've been bidding and had crazy great auction success, so I expect that tonight will be just the same. As Keith said, we have a challenge in front of us, and we have done it before, so let's do it again. Now, how is tonight's auction going to work? For everyone in the room, you're going to use your bidder paddle to bid. And you might want to be careful with your bidder paddle and fanning, because if I see that number. So let's try this out. If you're in the room, raise your bid paddle high. We're not bidding on anything yet, but let me see all the way back over there. It would be really handy if you made the numbers face me. That would be really handy. Thank you. All right, so now that everybody in the room is ready, everybody at home is going to bid by Qtago, online bidding, and we're going to try our best to coordinate the bidding on those. I have a screen right in front of me that's going to show me when bids are coming in the room and when bids are coming online. So this is very exciting because we have access to more people than we've ever had before, and you all are pioneers, including you at home. This is our first what's called hybrid event, and we think it is the first hybrid event in Brevard County. So give yourselves a round of applause, and you at home, you can cheer as well. Now, this is new technology in the last 13 months, so I'm asking you for a little patience and a lot of goodwill, since we all have the same goal. Our job is to raise as much money as possible for the zoo, whether those are in-room bidders and donors or at-home bidders and donors. Now, one last thing before we get started. Everybody in the room is going to use your paddles, but make sure the paddle you're holding has your name on it. The paddles are actually attached to you, the number, so make sure you're holding the one with your name. Now, Kyle, everybody say hi, Kyle. Kyle is our assistant from Qtago, and every time I get your offer of a bid in the room, I'm going to say, 2,500, Kyle, and Kyle's going to input that into the system. It's going to show up in front of me. Understand that there's a tiny chance that before Kyle and I can get it in, somebody at home presses the button. If that happens, it'll show up on screen and we'll show you absolutely what's happening. So we're going to do our very best to get all the bids in. Again, a little bit of patience. And when you're a winner in the room, where's Kathy? Kathy's out here somewhere. Kathy in the back is going to come running to you and quick key in your bid number so that we get that all taken care of, all right? So a little grace, a little patience. We have 8 awesome auction opportunities. Say that after 3 cocktails, right? And if you've been to one of my auctions before, you know what's next. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready for the live auction, could I get a big oh yeah? That sounds like we're ready to start. Let's check out our first auction video.
Catch the reigning Super Bowl champions and legendary quarterback Tom Brady in action with 2 Hyundai Club tickets to a Tampa Bay Bucks game. This top-of-the-line venue offers one of the best views in Raymond James Stadium, replete with padded seats and exclusive access to 3 premium bars. Are you ready for some football? Good luck, bidders.
Good luck, bidders. Here's what it is. So our Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Bucks, these are VIP tickets donated to us in the Hyundai Club West. It is section 216, row W, seats 5 and 6. This gets you early entry, cushy stadium seats, access to 3 bars in the lounge, live music, the club level, and of course it's a game to be determined with the ticket owners. So I'm opening these 2 awesome tickets at just $500. Who'll kick it off at $500 straight out with me in the room, Kyle? $600 right over here to this gentleman, Kyle. $700 straight back. Hold on, I'm at the back table. $700, Kyle. $800 right here. And now $900 all the way at the very back. $900, Kyle, in the back. I've got $1,000 right here and $1,100 right here, Kyle. And $1,200 all the way, yep, in the very back table, Kyle. $1,200. $1,300 right here, Kyle. I've got $1,400 right there, Kyle. And now $1,500. I'm at the very back table. $1,400. This table's been playing. This table's been playing. Come back in at $1,500. I'm all the way new bidder over there. $1,500. Let's go $1,600 on our first item. 15's been bid. Come back in at $1,600. Come back. Super Bowl champions. How often do we get to say that? We're all the way back there at $1,500. All the way back there at $1,500. Is there? Oh, $1,600. New bidder. I love this. Lots of tables are playing. I'm all the way on the right. 16. I hate to say it, but it's your turn. You're out. What are we going to do about that? We're $1,600 over here. Yes, 17. She comes back in. It's an auction. It's your turn. 18, he says. Come back in. 19. It's your turn. What do you say? 19 to you. We're going to close the bidding. Online, you can play too. We are $1,800 to the gentleman in the corner, looking for $1,900 online or anywhere in the room. Are we closing it down? As soon as I tell them to close it, it's all done. We're $1,800 looking for $1,900, and it is, close it. Let's see who our winner is. It's going to show up in front of me. Closed, and the winner is all the way at the back right table, $1,800 to the gentleman. Can we get your bidder number, please, sir? What is that number? I need a spotter to tell me. 087, $1,800. Give him a round of applause for that first auction item. Now that you know what we're doing, let's check out auction item number 2.
Take a bite out of the Big Apple. Experience the world-famous Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade like a VIP with 4 Central Park West Uptown Grandstand tickets. Watch in awe as your favorite characters soar over your head and through the streets of Manhattan. And who knows, you may even catch a celebrity sighting or two. Escape the urban jungle with a trip to the historic Central Park Zoo, home to sea lions, grizzly bears, penguins, and more. Stay in the heart of it all with 2 nights in a junior suite at the boutique Art House Hotel. On this package, airfare not included. Good luck, bidders.
Good luck, bidders, and boy, I can't wait to tell you about this. So here's the story. These are Macy's, direct from Macy's, Thanksgiving Day Parade tickets, 4 grandstand seats in an area on Central Park West that is not open to the public. These are only available to charities, and they are so exclusive that you can't even request them every year, and we have 4. But that's not all. This comes with 2 nights at the Art House Hotel, which is also on the Upper West Side, and a behind-the-scenes tour at the Central Park Zoo. So we are directly on Central Park West. Everything is right there. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade tickets. I kid you not, there is no ceiling because your family's going to see the balloons go overhead and everybody else's family is going to see it on TV. So I'm opening the bidding at just $1,500. Let's go. $1,500 is bid right over there. $2,000 in the room. $2,500 in the room with this gentleman at the third table. $3,000 at the right-hand side. $3,000 at the right-hand side. And now $3,500 straight out to here. Would you go $4,000? $4,000 to the gentleman at the second table right there. $4,500. $4,000 with the gentleman right here. Come in at $4,500. Online, you can come in at $4,500 too. He's $4,000. At this table, all the way over here on my right, $4,500 to this gentleman. Come back in at $5,000. $4,500 is at the second table. Who'll go $5,000? Ladies and gentlemen, wouldn't it be great to raise at least $5,000? 079 says, yes, I will bid $5,000. But sir, that makes it your turn. Can we go again? She's at $5,000, $5,500 back to you. I'm checking for, yes, he says. I feel an auction breaking out. Ma'am, it's back to you. He's $5,500, $6,000 to you. Wouldn't $6,000 be great for the zoo? What do you say, $6,000? $5,500 is on my right. I'm letting people online jump in too. $5,500 is on my right, looking for $6,000. Are you all in, all done? $6,000, I knew you weren't done. How do you stop on a priceless experience? Now, sir, what do you say, $6,500? He's shaking his head. $6,000 is bid. Is there $6,500 anywhere in the room? Here's your chance. Take your kids to the Macy's parade. I'm right here at $6,000 looking for $6,500. Once, twice. Kyle, are you ready? Close it. $6,000. Let me make sure that that's what it went in. It was at $6,000? Yep, hers was $6,000, correct? 6. Yep, they're changing it. It showed up at 65. $6,000 on item number 2. Great job. And please share the pictures with the zoo of the balloons and the bands, the whole 9 yards, right? Okay, let's check out item number 3.
What happens at the zoo after the sun goes down? Your group of 6 adults will ride the Cape to Cairo Express to the famed Expedition Africa Barn, where you'll be greeted by members of the zoo's dedicated animal care team. Enjoy happy hour with Rafiki, the undisputed king of Zoo's Giraffe Tower, known far and wide for his charismatic personality and way with women. Of course, Rafiki won't be the only one vying for your attention. Hop back on the train for even more nocturnal animal encounters through the lens of night vision goggles with Florida Tech animal behavior researcher Darby Proctor as your guide. You won't want to miss this one-of-a-kind experience. Good luck, bidders.
So, good luck, bidders. Mysteries After Dark has proven to be one of our most popular, sought-after zoo experiences. It is for 6 adults, and I mean, where else can you put on night vision goggles and check out what the animals are doing while being escorted by Dr. Darby Proctor? So it includes the happy hour with Rafiki, the train. It's hosted by Dr. Darby, night vision goggles. So much fun and one of our most popular experiences. I'm opening the bidding on Mysteries After Dark at $2,000. $2,000 for 6 people. Put your card up in the air right here. I've got $2,000. And now let's go $2,250. $2,250 is on my right. Come back in at $25. All the way at the back table in the corner, $2,500. And now $2,750. $2,500 is at the back table. $2,750 right here at the third table. And now $3,000 back to you. $3,000 in the corner table. Thank you. Come back in at $3,250. He says, come back in at $3,500. $3,500's at the back table. $3,500 at the back table. $3,750 to the gentleman. $4,000 to the second table on the edge. $4,250. What do you say, sir? 6 people charge admission. Right there, $4,000. Go $4,250. $4,000 is bid. What do you say? $4,250. How about $4,250 anywhere? $4,000 is bid. How about $4,250? $4,250. He says $4,500 for you. Yes, $4,500's good. She's $4,500, very back table. You know what? If we went like 5, maybe we could knock her out. I don't know. She's Would you go $5,000? He says $5,000. Give him a round of applause. He's offering $5,000. Can I get you to do $5,250? What do you say? He's $5,000. One more time. What do you, ladies and gentlemen, should she bid one more time? Would that be great? He's $5,000. Could you come back in at $5,250? $5,000 in anywhere? Yes, all the way at the back table, $5,250. Do we have one more in you? He says he's done. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do something awesome. $5,000 to the gentleman at the third table. $5,000 to you. I'm going to match that bid. Let's sell 2 and raise $10,000 right now. I need a bid number at that back table and a bid number right here from the gentleman, please. Good job. $10,000 for the zoo. Come on up. Come on up and give it to them. All the way at the very back corner table. Can I get a... Okay, we got a spotter out there. Awesome, folks. You are doing a great job. Close the bidding. All good. Next auction item.
Experience the thrill, excitement, and raucous rumble of a launch from an exclusive seating area at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Then embark on a VIP behind-the-scenes tour to learn what it takes to pull off a launch. This is as close to space as you can possibly get without leaving Earth. Good luck, bidders.
So, if you've been with me here before or at past safaris, we have had some amazing opportunities and tours over at the Kennedy Space Center. This includes a 3-hour tour that is, of course, escorted by a space expert through the shuttle Atlantis, through the astronaut training experience. But wait, this is the first time that I know of that we've been able to offer VIP launch seating as close as you can possibly get behind the NASA gates. Think about the rumble. Think about the thrill of being right there. This is just not something that we've had to offer before. A really cool opportunity. It is for 2 people, and you will go on 2 different days. Tour on one day, launch on another day, because they're kind of busy on launch day, right? So here we go. It's for 2, VIP, as close to space as you can get without leaving planet Earth, and that separate 3-hour tour for 2. I'm opening the bidding. Priceless experience, $2,500. $2,500 will kick it off. Pop your card up in the air at $2,500. $25 right here. $2,750 to you, miss. $2,750, and now $3,000 back to you. $2,750 is right here. $3,000 at the third table right there. $3,250. $3,000 is bid right out here. Looking for $3,250 anywhere in the room or online. We've got $3,000 straight out. Come back in at $3,250. $3,000 is bid at the third table right out there. How about $3,250? Come back in. Wouldn't it be great to continue raising money for the zoo? I've got her $3,000 offer right there. Who'll go $3,250? Looking online to see if we're bringing anybody in from home who can also bid $3,250. $3,000 is straight out. Looking for $3,250 once. I've got other opportunities. I gotta go. $3,000 is bid. Who'll go $3,250? New bidder at the back table here. $3,250 with the gentleman, $35 to you, and I only have one. $3,250 is there, $35 to come back in. How often do we get to go to a rocket launch, right? $3,250 is in the back corner, $3,500 back to you. Pop your card up, we gotta close it. Is there anybody else jumping in line? $3,250, I'm with the gentleman at the far back table, looking for $3,500 once, closing it down. $3,250 in the back. Ooh, the neighbor table. I always tell people there's no friends at an auction. $3,500 at the table next to the gentleman who was $3,250. Will you come back in at $3,750? $3,500 is bid at this table where our spotter is standing. $3,750 back to you. $3,500, gotta close it down. Is there $3,750 anywhere in the room? You guys can play too. Just pop your card up in the air so I can see you. $3,500 with the gentleman right here, closing it down. Are you all in, all done? Kyle, close it. Let me see if we got that bidder in the corner. $3,500 in the room, all the way back in the back corner. Can I get that bid number, please? Give him a round of applause. What an opportunity at $3,500. All right, we've got our Qtego rep there. Awesome. Let's check out our next opportunity.
Embark on a one-of-a-kind adventure sure to satisfy all your senses. Your group of 10 will join Executive Director Keith Winston and Deputy Director John Brangan on an action-packed evening that includes a kayak tour around Expedition Africa, happy hour with Rafiki the giraffe, an up-close and personal encounter with the kangaroo mom, and, in the true highlight of the evening, an extraordinary gourmet meal prepared by Keith and John themselves. Good luck, bidders.
This is always the hit of the auction, an extraordinary meal prepared by Keith and John, and of course, assisted by actual celebrity chef Molly Winston. So yes, you get the kayak tour, yes, you get the train, yes, you get the happy hour with Rafiki, yes, you get to meet the kangaroo, but it's really all about the dinner for 10 prepared by Keith and John. I am opening this up at just $3,000. Who'll kick it off? $3,000 will open it up. Dinner for 10 right here is 3 and now $3,500. 3,000's right here. Come back in at $3,500. She's $3,000 at the second table. $3,500. Come back in at $3,500. They're going to refresh this connection right on my right. Thank you very much. $3,500 at the third table. And now $4,000 back to you. $3,500's at the third table. Come back in at $4,000. Dinner for 10 and all your libations included and all these animal experiences. $4,000 right here at the second table. And now $4,500 to you. 4,000's back out all the way at that table in the back corner. $4,500 and now $5,000. What do you say? $4,500's been bid there. Would you come back in at $5,000? What do you say one more time? $4,500's all the way over there. One more, just nod with me. That would be great. What do you say? $5,000. $4,500's in the back table over there. Who'll go $5,000? $4,500's been bid. Come back in at $5,000 to the gentleman who kicked it off. $5,000 and now $5,500 back to you. 5,000's bid right here. Come back in at 5,500. One more time. Would you like back in at 5,500? We're in the corner with the gentleman at 5,000. Who'll go 5,500? 5,500. Come back in one more time. What do you say? 5,500. I want to keep those increments the same because everyone's bidding online too. So 5,000 is here. Who'll go 5,500? One more time. I think we could show Keith and John we love them. She says she'll go 5,500. Sir, what do you say to that? 5,500 is bid. What do you say? $6,000 to you. 5,500 it is. What do you say? 6,000. 5,500 is here once. Who'll go $6,000? I gotta close it down. 5,500 is straight out. Who'll go 6,000? And it's. Let me look for somebody online. Give them a chance. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to sell $5,000 to you. I'm going to match his bid. $5,000 to the gentleman's bid at $5,000. And I'm going to lower yours so that it's $5,000 also. $10,000 raised thanks to Keith and John and their dinner. We've got one bid number right here and one with the gentleman holding up his card right there. Can we grab that number, please, of the gentleman? You got it? Awesome. Here we go. Let's check our next auction item.
Become the envy of all your friends with this exquisite 18-karat yellow gold diamond solitaire necklace from Uno Ere Italian Jewelry. The round, brilliant diamond weighs 1.67 carats and is set in a 4-prong mounting with a 16.25-inch fancy chain. Total necklace weight is 26 grams. This piece has been appraised for a value of $15,900. Good luck, bidders!
This piece is truly a statement piece, just exquisite, appraised, and you will get the appraisal at $15,900, 18-karat yellow gold, and 1.67 carats. For those of you who know your diamonds, it is a VVS2 clarity, which is very rare. This is a gorgeous statement piece. It is appraised, as I said, nearly $16,000, but we want to have some bidding wars. I am opening it at just $3,000. $3,000, open it up right here and now. Go 3,500. 3,500. I've got 3,000. Who'll come back in at 3,500? I want to make sure I get my increments right. 3,000 right here. Who'll come back in at 3,500? Uh-oh, she looks like she's bidding, flopping her card around. 3,000 has been bid. Who'll come back in? I'm sorry, at the back table, 3,500 to the gentleman, and it's 4,000 back to you at the front. He is 3,500 at the very back table. Come back in. What do you say? 4,000 right here, and now 4,500. Second table says 4,000. It's 4,500 to you, 4,500 to you, or anyone over here. 4,000 is bid right here at the second table. Who'll go 4,500? 4,500 straight back from me. I'm so glad I could see you. Sir, 5,000 they say they'll go, and back to you at 5,500. 5,000 is right here at the front table. Come back in again. 5,500. 5,500 sounds great, and now 6. What do you say? She thinks she's done. I'm not so sure. 5,500 is bid. Who'll come back in at 6,000? Straight out, back table, 5,500. Is there a bid online at 6,000? We're looking for $6,000 on a $15,900 appraisal. Are you sure you're all in and all done? 6,000 to you. 5,500 at the back table, and it is... Close it down, Kyle. Close it down. 5,500 straight back table. I'm getting a volunteer. What an awesome, awesome collectible. Straight back. We got the bidder? All right, let's check out our next auction item.
Escape to the white sand beaches and crystal blue waters of Mexico's Caribbean coast with a 4-night all-inclusive stay in a 1-bedroom luxury suite at Paradisus Cancun. This 5-star boasts magnificent architecture, 10 dining venues, 4 lavish pools, a 3-hole golf course, a state-of-the-art gym, and much, much more. This tropical getaway like no other. Airfare not included. Good luck, bidders.
So if any of you saw our great, awesome virtual gala back in September, Dee and Stuart Waldron were very generous in providing us their VIP access to these Malia resorts. The resorts are so posh that they've been recognized by Forbes magazine and named as one of the best in Latin America. And this is in Cancun. It's called the Club Malia Paradisus, and this is all-inclusive. And I mean all-inclusive with premier liquor and elegant dining and all your water sports and activities. It's a one-bedroom suite for 2 people. And if you would like to bring other family members, you'll actually get to do it at the best available rate because they are members. Because they're members, you get all their member perks. And you have all through 2022 to use this, and just no official holidays, all right? So it's AAA 4 Diamond, 9 restaurants, 6 bars, golf, spa, 3 pools. Super excited. Thank you again for making this possible. It's 5 days and 4 nights. I'm opening the bidding at just $2,500. $25 will open it up right here at the front table. $2,750 right out here. I needed to make sure my increments. $3,000 back to you. $2,750 is out here. $3,000 back center table. Who will go $3,250? Stall? Stall if I can. Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second. $3,250 is at the back table. Okay. Let's talk Cancun for just a second. We're out here at $3,250, am I right? At the back table. They're making sure that everybody at home can get caught up, so just be patient for 1 second. I appreciate your patience and goodwill. We have been doing really, really well with the auction. So I'm out at that table all the way in the back, $3,250. Just hold that thought, and there's another one over here. Let's talk Cancun for a minute. Of course, we're talking about like 15 miles of Cancun Island with those perfect white sand beaches, that gorgeous turquoise water, like famous diving opportunities, horseback opportunities, your spa, you've got the pools, you've got cabanas where you can just have this reserved cabana with a butler who helps you. It's just as posh as it can be with all-inclusive and 5-star rated. So can I come back to the bidding? Are we catching up? Just about? Yes? 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute. All right, great. So you've been doing such a great job. This is our item number 7. We're just holding for a second to get online caught up so that they can bid too, and we can include everybody at home. Would you like some help? Everything is falling off this tray. You're doing a great job. Don't worry about it. And we have just 1 auction item left, and then this awesome give from the heart where everybody can participate at a level that works for you. So we're going to come back to the Cancun bidding as soon as they give me the go-ahead. We're at $3,250 straight back. I apologize for the delay, but here we go. $3,500 back to you. Thank you, $3,500. $3,750, I just saw you. Is that okay, ma'am? $3,750, she says. How about $4,000? $4,000 back to you. I'm straight back, $4,000, and now $4,250. $4,000 is all the way at the back table. $4,250 at the third table. Miss, would you like in at $4,500? Would you like $4,500? We're $4,250 at the third table. How do you say $4,500? Does that work for you? That would be really great. Third table's $4,250. Who'll come back in at $4,500? What do you say, Cancun, 5 days, 4 nights, all inclusive, thanks to Dee and Stewart. We've got $4,250. Come back in at $4,500. $4,250 is bid. Who'll come back in at $4,500 one time? I only have one. I can't do more than one. $4,250 is there. $4,500. I'm looking online to see if anybody jumps in online. We're getting ready to close. You better get my attention. Pop that card up in the air. See if you can grab it. $4,250 is right over here looking for $4,500. And it is, are you going to steal it? Close it down. Close it down. Let's see if they got in. $4,250. It's closed. And I believe, yes, right here, the young lady at the third table. Is it 001? Is that your number? Wow. How lucky do you have to be to get 001? Here's our final live auction opportunity for you.
Can you keep a secret? Once you've signed your confidentiality agreements, gather your group of 6 around a fire and listen to keepers share the most unusual, entertaining, and funniest animal stories they've never told anyone before, complete with s'mores and delicious spiked drinks. You may even have a surprise visitor or two. And remember, what's shared at Keeper Confidential stays at Keeper Confidential. Good luck, bidders.
Now, I know this sounds crazy, and you think, what is Keeper Confidential? But back for the virtual gala in September that we did, we created this new package, Keeper Confidential, and they actually just did one provided for those winners for the first time. And it got more confidential than we even thought back in September. We're talking the keepers might be in disguise because of the stories they're going to tell, and you're going to sign a non-disclosure agreement because of the stories they're going to tell. This is for 6 absolutely adults only. You're going to be relaxing around the campfire with s'mores, but on the edge of your seat from these stories. 6 adults. I'm opening it at just $2,000. $2,000 will open it up. Keeper Confidential. Right here is $2,000. Who'll come back in at $2,500? $2,000 is the bid right down here. Come back in at $2,500. Pop your card up in the air. 6 adults, and oh, the stories you won't be able to tell. $2,000 is bid. Who'll come back in at $2,500? I believe we sold it at $4,000 in September, and that was virtual, so virtual bidders jump in, and in the room, I know you can do it. $2,500 is bid right here with the young lady. $3,000 back to you. She says 3. And ma'am, your turn. What do you say, $3,500? She says she'll go $3,500. Would you do $4,000? We can match September, right? How about $4,000? Yes? Yes? We can match September. What do you say? We're $3,500 right here. Who go $4,000? What do you say, $4,000? Anyone at home can jump in too. We're $3,500 in the room looking for $4,000. $4,000. I like the way you do math. All the way over here at the second back table, we have got an offer of $4,000. That means it's your turn. Would you go $4,500? It's all the way over there at $4,000. Would you go $4,500? You could bid one more time, and we'd give the money to the zoo. What do you say? They're at $4,000. One more time at $4,500. Is there one more time at $4,500? Anywhere in the room. $4,000 is the offer from the back corner table over there. $4,500 anywhere? How about online? Anywhere? $4,500? Let's do this. Ma'am, I want to honor your $3,500 offer. I'm going to match that with a $3,500 offer to you. We'll raise $7,000 in Keeper Confidential. Let's get that bid number. And this young lady right here. Awesome. You guys did a terrific job with the auction. And I know the auction bidding is a lot of fun and seeing all that money raised. But I got to tell you, the heart of this event, every year, where we raise the most money, is the give from the heart. Anybody can give at any level that they feel is speaking to your heart. And gosh, we are so excited about the initiative that the money goes to this year. So let's hear from the keepers. Please direct your attention to the screens.
At Brevard Zoo, we are always striving to make sure we can do the best for our animals every day and constantly improving their welfare and how we care for them.
One of the best ways that we can do this is by observing them and by collecting data taken from those observations.
Cameras are a relatively new tool in the field of animal care. They provide us the ability to watch our animals all day long. Typically, we're here from 7 in the morning until 6 at night. And even during those times, we don't have the ability to watch our animals every single minute.
We're missing, the entire night. We're missing dawn, dusk. Some of these animals are nocturnal.
We are able to monitor what their hierarchy changes are. We're able to see what their social structures are like and how they might change day to day, which is super natural for them to do.
We're also able to watch footage that may have happened overnight. We can come in, we can play back the footage, looking for specific observations or behaviors that we are kind of concerned about.
Brody is an animal that would very much benefit from a camera system.
Most of you know he's had some medical issues that have gone on throughout this year that we are still trying to figure out. You know, if I go and spend time with Brody, his behavior is going to be very different than if we're just watching him remotely. So, you know, if I want to just watch what he's doing during the day, he's going to come over and sit next to me because I'm his mom and he wants to hang out with me. So I don't get to see necessarily what's going on when I'm not there. Is he playing too rough? Is he, you know, just running and hurting himself? Does he fall? All those things that we don't know is what we're looking forward to being able to watch so we can help better care for him. Does he need less stuff to climb on, more space? Does he need, you know, softer beds to lay on? Whatever he needs, that's what we hope to gain from watching on the cameras.
Last year, we received a stallion Brevi zebra named Bakari. We have recently done introductions with our 3 females here at the zoo, and we've seen a lot of really great positive interactions with them, a lot of positive breeding behaviors. So we're hoping within the future that we might be able to see some baby Brevi zebras. In the last 3 decades, we have seen a decline by 40% of the wild population of Brevi zebras.
They're very important for zoos to hold and have a breeding population. Being as we've got our first stallion here and we would potentially have our first zebra babies, we'd like to get a lot of observations on our females, partially because none of them have ever had a baby before, which can sometimes bring some difficulties, and for us to be able to monitor without disturbing their actual behavior is huge and very beneficial in case we need to step in and help or we need to figure out a better way to care for them. So the cameras that we already have in the zoo have been extremely beneficial, and we have utilized them so much. We have seen all types of stuff that we wouldn't be able to see, but they're only in a small portion. We have lots of animals here, and we would love to eventually have cameras in every habitat. For right now, we're trying to prioritize the urgent needs of some of the animals, like Brody, who we know has a medical condition, and be prepared for babies that are going to be born. But our goal is to be able to do this with all the species here and be able to gain knowledge on their behavior and anything else that we can use to improve their lives.
Give from the heart for Brody.
Give from the heart for the future of Brevi zebra.
Give from the heart for Brevard Zoo.
Thank you, everybody. It's no secret that this next part of Safari Under the Stars has become probably the most compelling moment of the event each year, and it's the one time that I am going to respectfully ask that we stop all conversation just for a moment so we can listen to and think about what this really is all about. All of you hold this zoo very dear to your hearts, and I think that your connection to the zoo is obviously reflected in a lot of different ways. We've seen so many of you in the auction tonight step up. We've seen so many of you with the silent auction, donating that way, and in all variety of ways. So clearly your connections run very deep. And that's certainly the case with Pat McMahon and Bob Mansbart. Again, please stop talking for a moment, please. Thank you so much. This is really important. Pat and Bob have been tremendously generous donors over the years, yet their hearts were stolen by Brody. I think a lot of our hearts were stolen by Brody, but there is an incredibly special connection between them and this darling animal that lives in our zoo. Not only is he named after their grandnephew, they've also helped fund many of the things that he's needed over the past many months to enable him to thrive. Now, as you all have seen from this great video, is we're hoping to tackle one of the most essential fundraising needs that we have, installation of camera systems throughout our various animal habitats. Pat and Bob not only want to continue their support of Brody, but they also want to inspire everyone in this room and everyone watching from home to join them in bringing this extremely critical goal to fruition. So Pat and Bob are giving $15,000 as a challenge gift to not only place camera systems in Brody's habitat, but to challenge and encourage your matching dollars to ensure that they are installed in as many of the habitats in our zoo as possible. Thank you, Pat and Bob, so very much for leading the way on this. Their challenge gift is deeply appreciated, but it's just the beginning of what I trust this evening will be a great surge and movement across this room and across our virtual audience within this community to be able to do something that really, really affects and impacts the health and wellness of these precious animals that live here and make this their home. So with that, Janelle, you're going to come back up and take it away. Thank you all so much.
So, we are so excited. Hold on. All right, there we go. Now, you'll notice I have a few things in my hand. If you hold on, that's going to be in just a minute. But as Karen said, this is the heart of this event. Give from the heart. So I want to start by recapping what this money is for. Imagine if there are cameras 24/7 in every habitat here. Now, we may not be able to do that tonight, but we have identified 3 critical areas that need these cameras as quickly as possible. And that is Brody the bear, because we need to monitor how he's doing and his health issues. He has a handful of those. We need to monitor these 3 female zebras. If you heard on the video, they are showing positive breeding behavior, which means the zebras have been very amorous and they are expecting some baby zebras potentially in the spring. Because none of these zebras have had a baby before, obviously we want to keep a close eye on them. And third, the spider monkeys. Mateo, this incredibly touching spider monkey story from last fall. Dr. Darby Proctor really wants cameras to observe the spider monkeys. There are things we may be able to observe that have never been recorded before. So our biggest challenge tonight is to start by funding those 3 areas, the bear, the zebras, and the spider monkeys. And Pat and Bob are kicking us off with a $15,000 challenge match. So here is my challenge to you. Is there a matching gift of $15,000 that we could just like that, double that? Is there a matching gift out there at $15,000? I've seen many magical things happen under this tent, and I wanted to make that opportunity. What about a $10,000 gift? I believe that gift is out there. Is there a $10,000 gift towards these 24/7 cameras here in the room tonight or online with Qtego? In fact, if I step over here, I might be able to see if there is a $10,000 gift. Is there a $10,000 gift anywhere in the room to step up to this challenge that Pat and Bob have put in front of us? Is there a $10,000 gift anywhere? Here's what I know will happen. How about 3 gifts at $5,000 that we match just like that? Can you make a $5,000 gift to the zoo right now and we can match this $15,000 challenge? Bidder 100, thank you for your gift of $5,000. 150, thank you for your gift of $5,000. Let's do another one and wrap up this challenge from Pat and Bob. Could I get another gift at $5,000? Is it out there? Yes, I'm sorry. Somebody give me this bid number. It's a little cloudy. Is it 005? 005 gives $5,000, and thank you to Pat and Bob and those 3 $5,000 gifts. That's $30,000. Now, let's touch base about those zebras. We have something special. Carl Applin just gave this week, or very recently, a $5,000 gift to the zoo in honor of his late wife, Linda. And I want to send our sincere condolences to Carl and a true thanks for thinking of the zoo and making such a gift. I would like very much if we could honor Carl and Linda with some matching $5,000 gifts. Are there some more $5,000 gifts out there that we can match towards the cameras and the zebra habitat? Yes, right out here. What's that number? Is it 218? 218 makes a $5,000 gift to match Carl and Linda's gift, or Carl's gift in honor of Linda. Are there more gifts at $5,000? Are there more gifts at $5,000 that we can match that wonderful memorial gift? Anyone else that I've missed at $5,000? They're very partial to the Africa area and the zebras, so we are working on funding those cameras. How about $2,500? Could I get some gifts at $2,500? 095 will do a gift at $2,500. Who else could make a gift at excuse me, yeah, let's do it at $2,500, that's fine, and I'll write it down. Is there anyone else at $2,500? Anyone else at $2,500? I have one more generous challenge to tell you about, and that's Jackie Fiesler. Jackie Fiesler made a gift of $2,000 as a challenge, and we'd like to match several gifts at $2,000 because, again, we need to put cameras where the spider monkeys are. So who could make a gift at $2,000? Could you pop your card in the air? Can I thank you for your gift of $2,000? I'm looking online. Ooh, look at all those 5,000s. Can I get a $2,000 gift to match Jackie Fiesler's very generous gift of $2,000? Is there another gift in the room at $2,000? Now, I've been in this room many times, and I know that $1,000 level is very popular. So let's go to the $1,000 level. We'll match Jackie's gift just like that. Can we get 10 people to make a gift of $1,000? Let me see these bid cards. Can you give me those numbers, please? I need somebody closer. 022 for $1,000. 017 for $1,000. 045 for $1,000. What is it? 050. What's this one? 224 for $1,000. Let me get those three, please. 011 for $1,000. 010 for $1,000. 016 for $1,000. 147 for $1,000 right here. Thank you so much. Is that 9? Is there another one out there? Is there another $1,000 gift and we can hit 10? Oh, 10 would be great. 10. Oh, 154 will do a $1,000 gift. Thank you. Did I miss anyone? Are there more $1,000 gifts? I'd be happy to give you another 10 challenge. Did I miss any $1,000 gifts? That last one was 154 if you didn't catch the number. Anyone else at 1,000? All right, I'm wrapping this up. Let's do, you know what popcorn does when it's popping in the microwave and it goes like this? Let's do the $500 level, and I want to see cards like popcorn. Who can make $500 gifts? I need that number all the way out there, please. 210, $500 gifts. Let's do some more. 105 for $500. Who else has got a $500? 096. Thank you for $500. Who else has got a $500 gift? There is two. Is that 223? 223 for $500. Keep them coming, folks. I got yours. Thank you, sir. Who else? Come back in at $500. Are there wait, here's another one. Is that 088? 088 gives $500. Who else? Who else can jump in? It's give from the heart, whatever level that you can. You can always write a check to the zoo. You can always donate online. But what we do in the room is so much fun. Are there more gifts at $500 that I can include? Anyone else I can thank? All right, here's what's going to happen. We have finished the $500 level. You all did an awesome job. I have one grand finale for the people in the room. But right now, I'm going to throw it to Mindy, and she is going to say goodnight. Thank you to all the online bidders. So I need you in the room to give me 30 seconds, and I'll be back with you. Let me throw it to Mindy.
Thank you so much, Janelle. You guys did a great job inside the tent. Once again, thank you so much for everyone that was on the online auction, that did the silent auction and watched us online. We really appreciate it. Brevard Zoo appreciates it. The keepers appreciate it. And you know who really appreciates it? The animals, because this is all their biggest fundraiser. So next year, bigger and better. back here at the Brevard Zoo. We want you to be a part of it. Once again, thanks again tonight for watching at home and being a part of it. I'm Mindy with Light Rock 99.3. Thank you again. We'll see you next year.